Hi, my name is Janasobini from the Data School Cohort 20. Today I'm going to show you how to make a diverging stack chart. This chart type is great for presenting survey results which involve sentiments such as positive and negative results. Let's jump into Tableau and get started. At the moment, I'm using Tableau version 2020.2. I've connected to a data source I created called Survey Data, which shows 200 people who took part in a survey and gave a satisfaction score from 1 to 5 for each product type. So traditionally, you would visualize this survey data as a 100% stacked bar chart with percentages for the scores within each product. But a flaw with this chart type is that you can't see how skewed the results are. For example, if we wanted to see which products received more positive responses, it would be difficult to quickly see this in this visualization. But another way to visualize this data is as a diverging stacked bar chart. So you still have the 100% stacked bar chart, but now it's diverging based on whether the response was positive or negative, and using the middle point of the neutral responses as a 0 point. This would be useful because in this example, if you look at product A, there is a high percentage of responses below the 0. So it indicates that there were more customers that were unhappy with this product. Now, to build these charts, we need a stacked bar chart showing the percentage of totals, but it also should be diverging from a 0 point. So the scale would have negative and positive values. This means we can't use the built-in table calculations in Tableau and instead have to do this manually using our own calculations. To make it easier to understand, I'm going to show it as a table of values first before creating the chart. I will show you the calculations needed for each of these columns, which are needed to calculate the last two columns, which are the main fields we need to create the chart. First, I have product type and score in the row shelf. Here, just for ease of understanding, I've also created a calculated field called product experience. This just assigns each score a meaning of how happy the customers were with each product. Then I drag the survey data count to the text shelf, which will show us how many responses we got for each product, broken down by product experience. Next step will be to figure out the number of responses that will be below the 0 line. This will be all the negative categories, which in this case is very bad and bad, and half of the neutral category, which will act as our midpoint. So for this, I've created a calculated field called negative responses. This says that if the scores are less than 3, then we want the multiple of 1 of that. If the score equals 3, then we only want half because we want the midpoint of the neutral response bar, else 0 because we don't want to count the positive responses. If we look at the view, we see exactly that. Next, I've created a calculated field called total negative responses. This is the sum of the negative responses for each product type. Now we have the values for the negative side past 0. Next, we need the total of all the responses. So this is the total of all the positive, negative, and neutral responses. For this, I've created a calculated field called total responses. This shows the sum of the survey data count for each product. We can see the same value for each product because we have a clean data set where all 200 respondents have given a response for all of the products. Using these, we need to create a 0 line for each of our stacked bar to diverge from. For this, I've created a calculated field called start line. This is a negative total of the negative responses because we want the negative responses to be on the left side of 0, divided by the total responses. This gives us the value which we can use as the 0 diverging point for each product. I've then formatted this to convert it into a percentage. You can see here that the starting point for product A is 78.8%, which makes sense because most of the responses are negative. Now we have all the calculations, we can use these to create the fields we require to build the chart. First, we need to tell Tableau how wide we want each of the bar segments to be. For this, I've created a calculated field called total bar size. This is just a percent of total calculation, so the sum of responses for each row divided by the total responses. Next, we just need to create start lines for each of these bars along the negative to positive axis. For this, I've created a calculated field called individual start line. In this calculation, it first looks at the previous value from the start line column, keeps that value, and adds the value from the previous row in the total bar size column. Once I drag this field into the row, I then edited the table calculation so that it computes along score and product experience for each product type. This now gives us where along the axis each of the bar will begin for each product type. Now we've done all the hard work, so pat yourself on the back. We can now go ahead and create the diverging stacked bar chart. First, I'm going to drag product type into the row shelf and individual start line into the column shelf and color by product experience. I'm going to edit the table calculation for individual start line to compute using product experience. Then change the bar type to a Gantt bar because we want this to act as our start line for each bar. Now add the total bar size to the size shelf. Let's make this a bit bigger. Then sort the product experience based on score so that it goes from very bad to very good. We're almost there. Now we just need to set the axis to go from minus 100% to 100%. And lastly, add a reference line to show where each of your bars are diverging from. And there you have it, your diverging stacked bar chart. I hope you now feel confident to make a diverging stacked bar chart yourself. Please check the description of this video for links to this workbook and additional material you might find helpful. If you enjoyed this video, you'd love the video on how to create a violin plot by my colleague Liam. Click the link on the screen to watch it next. Thanks for watching!